Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, where we talk about all news, comics, and media related to the Transformers. On this episode, Renegade Studios has got crossover fever for their tabletop games. The new Transformers Reactivate video game might be seeing some real-world toys coming along with it, and Optimus Prime gets a major award from Nickelodeon that is totally not just a cynical movie marketing ploy. Today is Friday, March 10th, 2023, and this is episode 328 of Transmissions Alt Mode.
Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, the podcast that definitely deserves a Transformers Podcast Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Yeah, I think I can just whip one up in Photoshop for you.
The amazing and awesome producer and editor, Mike.
We did get a Razzie at one point, didn't we?
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Hey, you three are the only awards that I ever need.
Aww.
Kidding.
No.
Y'all are terrible. Let's talk Transformers.
Oh, I thought he liked me. All right. As always, we start the show by thanking our donatrons, those lovely people who support us on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you all so much for helping us out and continuing to keep us going. And we really appreciate it. If you'd like to become a donatron, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. That's where you can sign up. We got lots of bonus content. We got merchandise, got other perks, all for just a tiny contribution, monthly contribution. And that helps us, keep producing this show. So some of that bonus content comes in the form of a show called We Like Big Bots. That's done by Daryl and Dr. Pants, and they do go in depth on some cool giant ass robots, and they talk about them. We've got 10 episodes ready to go, all up on our Patreon page. So if you are a donatron, you already have access to that, and more will be coming very soon. Daryl, any big bots you'd like to highlight from the first batch of episodes you've got up there?
Oh, yeah. Well, we were talking about it in the toy show this week. Definitely, I always like talking about the combiners. They were always a favorite of mine when I was a kid. So we talked about Devastator and we've talked about Predaking, two of my favorite combiners over the years. So I've got lots of figures of those guys to show off on We Like Big Bots. Maybe some more combiners, definitely. One that I forgot to mention in the toy show, we did Unicron. So there's an episode on Unicron. Did we do Unicron?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah,
he's the biggest bot of all. Yes,
yeah, he's the big guy. He's the biggest. So yeah, so we've done. We got that one, and he's a fun one to do. A harder one to do just because he's he is so big and the toys that are made of him are quite large. But yeah, Unicron is one of those ones as well. But we've definitely got some ideas. We're just waiting for Dr. Pants to kind of put his rig back together so that he can shoot with me again. So yeah, more coming.
All right. And we've also got our Transformers Live Play RPG podcast, Empire of Rust. And this week we have the bonus version of episode 97, Assume the Party Escort Submission Position. That's already out and available to our donatron. So if you are an Empire of Rust fan, you can listen to it right now. But the regular version of this episode will be out this coming Monday on the main Empire of Rust feed. And that's at transmissionspodcast.com/rust. So, and we are hurtling towards episode 100, getting very close there. Anything you'd like to tease in this episode, Mike?
I just want to say that don't miss the party.
There's cake.
There'll be a big surprise in episode 100, and I think everyone's going to love it.
Oh,
Even
okay. No, not Daryl.
Especially Daryl.
The surprise is Daryl listens to the episode.
No, he's not going to listen. We got him as a guest star.
That is a surprise to me.
All right. Well, all you Empire of Rust heads out there, check it out. transmissionspodcast.com/rust. And, consider joining the Natron. You get those bonus early access episodes every other week. All right. Well, let's jump right into some media news.
So in media news this week, our big story is RenegadeCon and a ton of gaming news that is coming from them. So they had RenegadeCon, I believe it was last weekend, and they announced a couple of new expansions for the deck building games that they've put out. Renegade does deck building games for Transformers, G.I. Joe, and My Little Pony. Now, they've already announced a Transformers crossover expansion for G.I. Joe, and they just announced a crossover expansion for My Little Pony, bringing Transformers into those two genres. Now, just bear in mind that these crossovers are specific to the property that they are a part of. So, for example, if you get the My Little Pony one, it's specifically for the My Little Pony deck game, My Little Pony deck building game. It's not for the Transformers deck building game. So you will not use the cards in the same way. But if you are interested in both of those properties, and you have the My Little Pony, at least the base game, you can go ahead and grab the expansion, and it will come with a bunch of cards. And if you pre-order it, it will also come with 7 wooden meeples featuring characters from the expansion. So if you are interested in that, then definitely put down a pre-order for that. Also announced during RenegadeCon is a new source book for the Transformers role-playing game. Specifically, it's actually for the Transformers, the Power Rangers, and the G.I. Joe role-playing games. Because the system is Essence 20 and it's common to all three of these genres and all three of these role-playing games, you can use, at least with some modifications, characters and environments and even missions from each of the different RPGs. Now, this book that they're releasing is the Field Guide to Action and Adventure crossover source book, which is going to add a bunch of new options, new influences, new origins, new factions, new perks, and a new role. And some additional ways of being able to combine the Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, and Transformers RPGs. It's also going to include some new rules to better handle and streamline the whole crossover process, and some GM resources and maps and all the typical things that you would get from an RPG source book. Both are this book, if you pre-order it, will come with a free PDF copy that you'll get access to. So if you are looking at all your books digitally, very, very useful. The other thing that was announced, it was actually came out a few weeks ago, was a new adventure path for the Transformers role-playing game. This is called The Time Is Now. I think it went up for pre-order about, I want to say early to mid-February. This is going to be a $45 hardcover book that is going to be the next adventure module for the Transformers role-playing game specifically. This is not crossover material or anything. And you will be fighting Soundwave and Mindwarp in this book. And this is for levels 2 through 6, it looks like. Pre-order should be dropping in May, or I should say, pre-order is live now, and the book itself should be dropping in May of this year. The crossover source book is $55 and should be dropping in August of this year. So a lot of gaming news from them, and they have been very busy with their announcements. So yeah, if you're a big fan of the deck building game, again specific to My Little Pony, or if you have interest in the Transformers RPG, go ahead and take a look at these, and yeah, go ahead and drop a pre-order. Because even though you can get the pre-order bonuses after the fact, they do cost a bit extra. So if you have the money to do it, you might want to do it now.
Pretty impressed that they are having this success with both the role playing side and the deck building game. It seems like they have found their market, doing really well.
Yeah. I actually did get a chance to play in a one shot with the Transformers rules, and I am trying my hardest to get a small group together to do just like a one shot with the Transformers Essence 20 game. I just haven't had luck so far, but it is a little chunky. There's definitely some rules you have going on there, so you do have to kind of look at it. It's not just a pick it up and go and you're done kind of thing. It does require a little bit of work to build out your characters and then play it out. But it is a very fun system, and it really does harken back to like old G1 episodes. It really does feel like you're playing in an episode of the old cartoon.
Interesting. Well, Mike, you should reach out to Trish at the Swerves Bar and More Than Meets the Eye, their podcast. I think they're trying to get a More Than Meets the Ear. Yes, they're trying to get a game too, and where like I think we were trying to get that a crossover between their role playing podcast and Empire of Rust. So maybe there's some ideas there. So
we're all in the same space, and yeah, so it definitely is a good idea. Life has just been a little bit chaos lately, so it's one of those things where the fun stuff, unfortunately, has to take a back seat sometimes.
Damn life.
Curse you, life. All right. Oh, and one more thing. About 2 weeks ago, in mid-February, we had a pre-order drop for the Transformers deck building game, specifically for the Transformers deck building game. The newest expansion, War on Cybertron, is going to be coming out in June and has a bunch of new characters, 8 new characters coming in with a ton of cards. I think 175 cards. It is a standalone expansion that allow you to play team versus team, solo, or in the cooperative game modes. There is a pre-order bonus with this one as well, just like the other 4 boxes. Which will contain a couple of extra cards, Minor Megatron from IDW, Orion Pax, and 2 oversized promo characters, Ramjet and Windblade. So that's a nice addition. So yeah, this is up for $45, and pre-orders are up now and will be released in June of 2023.
All right. So the next thing we're doing is we're talking about Transformers Reactivate, Shine and Rise. So we've got Voyager, Optimus Prime, and Deluxe Soundwave production product descriptions. So these are These look like toys coming out of here, Charles. What are these doing in the alt
Well,
dock here, Charles? What's
I
all this about?
well, but first of all, if you read the story, it's kind of a rumor because these toy descriptions came out before the actual name of the game was changed. Previously, the game was called Transformers Rise, and they've changed it to Reactivate. And so the open question is, are we actually going to get toys based on the characters from the game? And so I thought it was a good discussion in alt mode because, it's the game first and the toys second. So I thought that was interesting. And
I see.
we're, confidentially, we're trying to fill space in alt mode. So we need more discussion topics here. So I thought it was good to come here.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and go with it then.
This has got some
we're going to
plot
talk
stuff from the games that we haven't really seen before.
There is a very large paragraph that you could read there if you so choose to read it.
If you know how to read.
So it does look like they're making some toys based on this game. They're talking about a 6.5-inch Voyager class Optimus Prime figure and a 5.5-inch Deluxe class Soundwave figure. Rise video game inspired. So like Charles said, the previous name of the game was Transformers Rise, and these are collectible action figure toys for boys and girls ages 8 plus. And then they've got all this legal mumbo jumbo about transforming and video game inspired and 37 steps to transform for the Soundwave and 6. Did they say anything for
37
the
for Optimus.
37 for Optimus?
16
It's
for Soundwave.
16 steps for Soundwave. Okay, there you go.
For SUV mode.
Okay. Yes. Anyway, so the description here is for Transformers Rise, which again, the previous name, when the quintessons
No,
attack.
No.
When the Quintessons attack New York City, an unlikely alliance must be forged to stop the alien threat. In Transformers Rise, Autobots and Decepticons team up to stop the Quintesson menace before they take over the universe. I'm going to do it to you every time. It's just fun.
You've watched the 86 movie. Come on, Daryl. Not you.
I know.
Not like this. Not like this.
But so this is this definitely does seem like it's got some this rumor seems to have some legs. Let's
or
go,
tentacles.
Jeremy. Jeremy, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I think this is really interesting. I like having figures that tie into the game. Like the War for Cybertron games had some figures, and for the most part, I thought they were, pretty good. Particularly that Shockwave. I mean, it was a different Shockwave, but I thought it was a pretty good toy. So I'm looking forward to this. I mean, this is a 2-pack with Optimus and Soundwave, and that's something I don't think we've ever seen that pairing before. We've seen a bunch of different pairings, but I'm looking forward to seeing this and seeing what these figures, like what the alt modes look like, particularly like Soundwave to an SUV. Seems interesting. We've seen them into like a tank and other things other than tape players, but I'm still really excited about this game. I want to, I really want to see the game, and I'm happy that we're kind of getting little bits here and there.
Soundwave was an SUV and animated. And I mean, you could call it an SUV in War for Cybertron when he was that recolor of Blaster, which was kind of like this weird Humvee SUV tank thing. But he has been an SUV before, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. Mike, this is a game. I assume you're going to play it. This has also got toys attached to it, which I know you'll buy. This seems like it's made for you. what are your thoughts on the Transformers Reactivate figures?
I am the target market for this. This all sounds very interesting. I would actually just like to see some images of this, and I wish they had put some actual photos with this and actually showed what these things are going to look like. Because the War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron figures that came out from High Moon, there was a lot of really good things in there. And for those of you who watched the top 5 video that Apollo, Dr. Pants, and I did near Christmas, you'll know my feelings on the War for Cybertron Prime. So I think there's a lot of really good potential for stuff for some good stuff to be coming from this. I want to see something before I get too excited about it.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to have to wait a bit, because probably they're not going to push the marketing for these until the game is close to being ready.
Yeah.
And these are all, I think these are all leaks basically, because I think even the point about the Quintessons is something that we had speculated about, but we didn't really know. Like, that first trailer doesn't mention the Quintessons at all for the game. So this is kind of a spoiler, maybe.
I think we speculated.
Yeah. But so far there has not been a mention of the Quintessons in the official marketing material for Transformers Reactivate. So this is new information. And yeah, I mean, I'm guessing we won't see the toys until we actually see the game, see more of the game before they put out the toys. So,
or it could be a Rise of the Beast situation where the toys are already done and they're just holding on to them.
Probably.
Yeah, could be. I mean, that's likely because they probably had to plan it out years in advance. And if the game development is lagging, then the toys are going to be done before the game's ready.
Cool. Well, we will endeavor to keep our eye on that. But moving on to one of the most ridiculous things, but why not? It happened. This is Optimus Prime receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award. He's not alive. At the Kids' Choice Awards.
Fictional characters live forever in your hearts. As long as someone remembers them, they live.
That's true. So, the Kids' Choice Awards were, at the time of this release, is almost a week ago, and Optimus Prime showed up via Zoom.
In real life?
Very busy. He just zoomed. He zoomed in. He just he's a busy bot, so he couldn't be there in person in robot form.
He's been picking up a second job with Amazon.
Right. So and he made a little speech and accepted his award for Lifetime Achievement. It's a ridiculous thing, but yeah, whatever. There's a video. Jeremy, are you playing this thing, or what are we doing here?
I'm gonna play the video. It's
Great.
a YouTube short, so.
Congrats to the man, Optimus Prime! Yeah.
Thank you all. I am honored to accept this Lifetime Achievement Award on this special night. Let this award seal the bond between humans, Maximals, and Autobots as we fight together to protect the planet. This is Optimus Prime signing off. Kids' Choice Awards, roll out.
At the beginning of that, I was wondering if there was like an AI doing the voice, but towards the end, it did sound more like actually Peter Cullen doing it.
Oh, it was definitely him for sure. Yeah, the rollout has got his the cadence that he uses. Yeah, but still, that's. I mean, they brought up the actors. I don't know the girl in the middle, but obviously they had Pete Davidson and then the guy from The Heights and Hamilton in there.
Yes.
I can't remember his name either. What was his name? But, yeah. See,
Anthony Ramirez, I think.
Anthony Ramos.
Anthony Ramos. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, but I don't know the girl in the middle.
Dominique something is her name.
Fishback.
Yes, Dominique Fishback. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, see there. I just need a little prompt, and then I get the rest. So yeah. So they've got the human actors for the movie. So the marketing has kicked into high gear. They're making appearances on award shows that are for their demographic. So yeah, it's what are you gonna do? You can't stop the marketing train.
I mean, it's so. I mean, I'm not opposed to the marketing, but really, I mean, like, it's not like this is a real. I mean, if you had any notions that award shows were real, this will disabuse you of that notion. I mean, and of course, Viacom owns Paramount and Nickelodeon, so that's the connection here because Paramount's producing the movie. So
I get it.
That's why it's at the Nickelodeon award show.
And they've done the whole things at the football games that Nickelodeon was simulcasting.
Yeah, I mean, it's you can just have a promo for Rise of the Beast. You don't have to make a fake award for Optimus Prime. I mean, it
makes the kids happy, and if it's marketing to that group. It's not marketing to us.
I mean, yeah, but I also feel bad for the. Like, I mean, it's like it's like telling kids about Santa Claus, but it's like with much more sinister notions. It's like you're just doing fake marketing to kids who are whoever's watching this show thinks the Kids Choice Awards are real for some reason, but it's not.
Kids are real.
Kids are real. The kid, I mean, it's the same thing with like the Hasbro Hall of Fame awards.
Their choices are real too, Charles.
Did they choose the Lifetime Achievement Award for Optimus Prime? I don't think they did.
Yeah, what goes into the choosing of this? Anyway, it's a ridiculous thing, and it happened, so it gets put into alt mode.
We really need the comic to come back.
Lastly, we've got a actual piece of, information that did happen.
It's just regular marketing, not stupid marketing.
just regular ridiculousness. It's a clip for Earthspark that features a new character in a trailer and promotional clip. Jeremy, play the clip.
I'm not playing the whole clip.
Oh.
I'm already risking getting copyright.
You need to, because this will be the first time I'm watching it.
It's several new characters for Earthspark, though. It's not just one. Great to play it muted on a podcast.
Riveting radio.
Did you all not hear it?
No, we cannot hear it, Jeremy.
Point is, there's a new trailer out for Transformers Earthspark, and it features some new characters.
It's 5 minutes long. I'll play a clip in the audio.
Play the short clip, the social media clip that shows all the new characters.
I will do the same thing.
Well, we can say it's hashtag Nightshade.
Well, hashtag is a Ghost fan. Nightshade is an owl.
You might not want to spoil it for the people who have not actually seen season 2 yet.
Okay.
Because that was kind of a big selling point at the end of season 1.
Okay.
Spoiler tag.
Breakdown is in it, apparently. Breakdown is a character we know as Race. But
So
check these out if you want to be spoiled.
And there's a picture of Grimlock in the thumbnail for this image, this story too. So Grimlock,
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Tarantulas is in there too. We saw him in the previous promo clip.
God, they just spoiled everything with this, didn't they?
I mean, we've seen in other trailers, we've seen some of this.
Yeah. Shockwave, Tarantulas, Grimlock.
Grimlock with blue eyes and red eyes.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to these next few episodes. I think it seems like they're kicking into high gear with more Transformers showing up. So
they're all out now on Paramount Plus.
Yep.
Nowhere else.
Okay, that's all our media news. So let's move on to convention news.
All right, we have a slew of final TFCon Los Angeles announcements. TFCon Los Angeles is this weekend, March 10th through 12th. And running through these announcements, we have Frank Todaro, who was the voice of Starscream and Rat Trap in War for Cybertron. He was also many other voices, Laserbeak, Refractor, a bunch of stuff. And then we also have Charles's favorite story editor, Bob Forward. No, I guess, was it him or it was Bob?
No,
Skier.
Bob Skier. Bob Skier was the
sorry,
the guy I yelled at a on a message board in the early.
All right. Well, anyway, Bob Forward, writer and story editor for Beast Wars, will be there, so that's really cool. Lori Faso, who is the voice of Dive Bomb, Orion Pack, Skydive, Rampage in G1. So lots of original voices there. And then Jeannie Carr, the voice of Black Arachnia in the Netflix War for Cybertron series. John Briones, who is the voice of Alex Malto in Earthspark. So we're getting from the very early shows to the most recent show. And Zeno Robinson, the voice of Thrash Malto from Earthspark. And finishing off, Wayne Lewis, the voice of Prowl in the 2001 Transformers Robots. That is all we got for convention news, and I'm really hating them. I miss all these already 2001 voice actors. We want to hear, like, if you're going, send us some feedback on how TFCon LA went, because none of us are going to be able to.
Yeah, TFCon LA is always they get the best guests just because everyone's local and it's much easier for people to show up. So it's unfortunate that we can't make it. So. All right, let's finish up the show with some feedback. Okay, just one comment from YouTube. This is from one of our regular listeners, JF Snow. And they say, appreciate the effort to bring some news to the fore for the media side. At least Rise of the Beasts should be starting to push some more trailers in the next few weeks. We hope. But yeah, the lack of comics is a big hurt. Yes, we feel that very much, JF Snow. Thank you for your support. We are hopeful that comics will return before the end of this year, maybe. But in the meantime, we are continuing to try and do some other reviews. We're going to review the next few episodes of Earthspark as soon as everyone can get access to them. And maybe we'll go back to some classic comics reviews in the future. Yeah, Beast Wars. Yes. We can do that. Yes. And of course, we will have a Rise of the Beast movie review when that is out. So look forward to that. So, yeah, thanks, JF Snow, for writing in. So that's all the feedback, and that takes us to the end of this episode. So, as always, We end the show by giving a shout out to our masterpiece donatrons. These are the people who continue to support us at the highest level on Patreon. So we appreciate that support, and that's why we thank them in every episode. So once again, thank you to John 4X Levengood and Demon Tech 82. You guys are why we can keep making this show happen. And Mike, I want to thank you again for hanging out with us this week. In addition to the awesome Empire of Rust live play Transformers RPG podcast, is there anything else you would like to promote?
Sure. If you are interested in toy photos and toy photography, specifically featuring Transformers, but not only that, you can go to Instagram and give me a follow at Minervion, Minervion.
Awesome. Okay, everyone. That's it for this week's Transmissions Alt Mode. Thanks, everyone, for watching and listening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, all.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool Transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our Transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.